So let's start with the sculpt. Both figures probably spent most of their budget on the sculpt, and it definitely shows. Both Goblin suits are littered with intricate little details, from all your armored pieces to all your straps, pouches, and attachments. Both figures have them all. I like the torn up hoodie pieces on both releases, and both are made from a soft rubbery plastic. You can also take both of them off for an all green Goblin look. Figuarts has the bigger, badder blade attachment, but Hasbro has got the weapons on both arms. As for deco, Figuarts has paint in some areas that Hasbro has missed, and vice versa, Hasbro has painted details that Figuarts has missed as well. As for deco, the unpainted plastic looks okay with the Legends. It's that swirly, shiny plastic we see with their Iron Man suits. But overall, that shiny metallic green of the Figuarts just can't be beat. Figuarts edges out Hasbro literally with sculpt sharpness, but all in all, they're both pretty stellar looking figures. 8 out of 10 for Figuarts and 7 out of 10 for Legends. Now to them gliders. Both Legends and Figuarts get top marks for sculpt and detail, as they both look fantastic with all the details a glider would need. We get working pistons with Figuarts, and the blades are bigger, sharper, and made of a harder plastic as opposed to the rubbery plastic of the Legends. The Legends is a bigger, heavier glider and comes with a clear stand and has ratcheting joints. They both pivot their wings up and down to give you different configurations as well. The paint on the Figuarts is much shinier and nicer than all that grey, dull plastic of the Legends, but I do like that neon green paint on all the vents and exhaust ports that the Figuarts are missing. All in all, it's toe-to-toe for me. Figuarts looks better, but having pegs for the footrest and the nice green paint kind of even things out. There's no competition here. Figuarts blows Legends out of the water in terms of points of articulation and being able to get Norman to pull off some natural looking poses. No independent neck joint? Fine. No butterfly joints? No problems. Limited torso movement and no waist swivel? You're pushing it, but I'll forgive that too. But no ankle rotation for a character that rides a glider? That killed it for me. In the Legends' defense, it still stands on the glider pretty securely, mind you, but you're not left with many options. I tried my very best to get Goblin in the most dynamic pose possible. I even went through as many Instagram posts to see what other people could come up with, but this was unfortunately the best I could pull off. Not bad, but definitely could be better. In saying that, the Figuarts isn't exactly a dream to get in position either. The lack of any pegs makes it difficult to secure a pose, and because there is no peg, you really gotta cram it in there, which is scary as muck, since you don't want to be scratching any of that beautiful paint off the feet. Still, Figuarts wins this round. Even with the extra flight stand, you just can't get this level of posing with the Legends. Alright, so we're going to be doing the full articulation for only the Legends because I've already done a full review for the Figuarts. So if you want a full rundown on the articulation and what that can do, head over to my other video, which I'll have in the link in the description. So let's take a look at the articulation for Legends Green Goblin. Alright, starting off with the head articulation, and Norman looks up. Not too much, unfortunately. I would have liked a bit more range, actually a lot more range, since, you know, when he's crouching down on his glider, you want him to look up, you know, so that's a little bit disappointing. Head looks down, not too much either, but we do get some side-to-side tilt, which is great. I like that, and of course, side-to-side rotation. The head is just on a ball joint, which isn't ideal. I wish the neck joint was separate, just to give us a bit more movement in the neck, but what can you do? So for arms, we don't get any butterfly joints, and this is as far as the Green Goblin can bring his arms in forward. Unfortunately, we do get a bit more than 90 degrees there, which is pretty good. 360 rotation. You can take this rubbery piece off, as I did mention, but I'm just going to leave it on here just to show you, you know, what the full extent of the arms is with the actual the piece that it's meant to have. Anyway, he does have an upper bicep swivel. And we get really good range, really good double elbows, like fantastic range there, look at that. And we do have your swivels at the wrist, and of course a hinge as well. Blades are rubbery, so they won't get in the way. Don't have to worry about them breaking. So for the torso, unfortunately, we don't get much range in the torso at all. Yes, it does move around. It is ideal. I do like the diaphragm cut there. You do get more back than actually forward. But yeah, your swivel is going to be at that cut as well. So I don't know. I think I might try to pop this belt piece off and see if I can, mod it to give him a little bit more articulation, because again, he does ride his glider and you do need a bit more, it is ideal to get him hunched over, grabbing, the tip of his glider, which he can do. Technically, it's not the best, most natural pose, but definitely wish there was more articulation in the ab crunch there. All right, so for the legs, he gets a pretty good side split, which is pretty good. I like that range. Kicks forward really well. Very impressed with that. We do get some great range with his knees and a nice thigh cut, and I like how that's integrated with the sculpt. Looks very good. But then we get down to the ankles, and like I said, we don't have any ankle rotation at all, which kills it for me. Again, we need him to get in those crouched down, natural looking gliding poses, and it's a bit of a hassle, and it just doesn't look as good as the Figuarts, or as good as I wanted it to look. Again, he still does stand on his glider. He still does, get a decent, 1 or 2 poses, but that's pretty much it. His feet do move down though, a fair amount. Move up, not too much, and we do have a ankle rocker as well. So again, it's decent Marvel Legends articulation. It's not the greatest. The ankles, again, are probably the most disappointing thing. I'm okay with having no butterfly joints. I'm okay with a limited range in the shoulders. The neck, I guess I could do something with the neck and the torso, but it's just those ankles. Just those ankles. Now, this is a tough one to call. Figuarts has more hands, obviously. We get nothing from Legends. We get a pumpkin bomb from both companies, but Figuarts is painted nicer. But it's in the heads that really tip the scale for me when it comes to this section. And it's because of these 2 accessories that I think I'll be keeping the Legends version. The Figuarts come with 2 very good Willem Dafoe head sculpts, some of the best Figuarts have done yet. They're just a little bland in terms of expression. But then comes along Legends with this spot-on, crazy-looking head sculpt that is everything I wanted from the Figuarts. It's probably one of the best MCU head sculpts Legends has ever done, and it's got that craziness a Norman Osborn expression needs. That, and we get this amazing Goblin mask, which I know we only saw for like a few seconds in the movie, but come on, this is so iconic, it's a must. I absolutely love that Legends included this accessory, and this is how I'll be displaying the Legends version Goblin mask on. Just for reference, the Goblin mask is too big for the Figuarts, but the Legends Norman head works just fine, and vice versa. Figuarts heads are a little small, and you need a little bit of blue tack to hold them in place, but it does work. Objectively, Figuarts wins, better articulation, better engineering, more accessories, but Legends isn't far off, and I'd be lying if I said $180 didn't hurt my wallet. It really wasn't 180, more like 140, but I'm doing this equal dollar to yen, and 18,000 yen still feels like $180. I'm saying that the Legends wasn't $50 for me either, and it was more like 90, but still that's way better value, and if we were talking about bang for your buck here, I gotta go with the Legends. Here's my final verdict. If you just want a nice looking MCU Green Goblin and probably not going to touch it once you have it on your shelf, go Legends. If you don't want to spend a crazy amount of money, go Legends. But if you're going to be posing your Goblin around a lot, photo shoots and all, go Figuarts. If you love Green Goblin like I do and have the money, like I don't, go Figuarts. But if you're rolling in it and got the money to burn, then get both. They're both great figures and great options for your collection. if I had to choose, and this might surprise some of you, but I think I might just hold on to the Legends. I have this nostalgic love for the Sam Raimi movies, and I know it's kind of cheating since we're not looking at a Sam Raimi Green Goblin, we're looking at a No Way Home Green Goblin, but the masked head and the Norman Osborn head sculpts are just too good. Yes, the articulation sucks, but I think I might be able to fix some of that. In saying that, I could easily change my mind on any other day of the week. I still think the Figuarts is a superb figure. Anyway, hope that helped you make a decision or at least give you some insight on what these figures have to offer. If I had to choose one, I think I might stick with my Figuarts, but that could easily change any day of the week. I still love my Legends version too. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the comparison. I'll be back with even more reviews very, very soon with Metal Cooler, so make sure you come back for that one as well. Have a good one, see you in a bit, and as always, yoroshiku.